Okay, great. All right, so I'm just going to go ahead then and explain this the PowerPoint here. I'll start from the beginning. Sorry, I've been talking alone for I think 11 minutes. Okay, thank you so much for your patience and helping me. Okay, so we're doing 3 complete outfits for holidays, and I'm going to start this presentation with what not to do. So here we have a very modern, striking dress, which has a mixture of light beige and black trimming, and it's got, you know, very nicely matched bling blings. Like we've got some gold embellishment in all of the accessories, and so everything looks great. But I'm suggesting this as a not to do today because we want to focus on creating a capsule wardrobe. We don't want to end up with a lot of pieces that don't give you many outfit options. And a dress like this one, even though it's beautiful, is not going to give you the maximum number of outfits that can really extend your wardrobe mileage and save you money down the road. So what I'm proposing to you is a capsule wardrobe like this one here, where you have a mixture of daytime and a little bit of evening kind of items that will give you a lot of different options to create different kinds of outfits across all kinds of levels of refinement. Okay, so let's go through the breakdown. What you're seeing here are 4 different outers, 2 jackets and 2 long-sleeved shirts. We have 4 inner tops and we have 5 bottoms. Okay, so remember when we did the capsule wardrobe for minimalists, we talked about having the core 4s. So we have a dark neutrals, then we have the light neutrals, then we have some accent color in red, and then we have one type of print that combines a medium level or light level. Then we have one medium neutral, and then we have the sparkly glittery top, which takes everything. Thank you so much, Aman. Okay. All right, I saw your message. Yeah, so we have this top, which is very sparkly, and this is the item that really takes all of the bottoms and jackets to fully an evening wardrobe. Okay, so to recap, we have 4 darks, 4 lights, 2 accents, 1 medium neutral. We have only 1 print, and we have 1 glam top. Okay. All right. We're also going to look at some accessories that go with the clothing. Remember that when you spend your money, you don't want to end up with 90% clothing items with not enough shoes or bags, because your accessories really help you create different kinds of outfits and looks. It gives you different levels of refinement. Okay, so yeah, we have 6 shoes here and 5 kinds of bags. We're starting off with 2 semi-casual shoes. We have a pair of black ankle boots with a low to medium heel. So this is semi-casual, right? You can wear it to work, but it can easily be for any casual type of outfit. We also have this Louis Vuitton bucket bag in a dark brown, and it's large enough to carry all your A4 files and folders, documents. Okay. Next, we have something in a nude color, which is mostly solid. We have a pair of office shoes, nude pumps with a little bit of a pointy design. So you can wear this for any kind of elegant / classy event, more formal occasions. And you also have this bag with a matching color, but this one, the bag part has all these little gold, punches all around it. Okay, metallic bullets everywhere. Okay, then we have an evening glam or date night look. We have the strappy gold heels. So this one has a little bit of a heel, taller heel. And we have this bag, which has this sort of a shiny sort of gold, and it has a mixture of other colors like this white and very pale gray, very, very pale gray. But overall, these are the things that will give you sort of a more polished finish, more elegant type of feminine energy. Okay. Oh, yeah. So I think, yeah, I forgot to mention though here. Yeah, this slide should have been the red bag in the corner. Yes, we have one bold red that will go with the accent top and bottom. Okay, next up we have the casual weekend type accessories. We have the Converse sneakers, super casual. We have the riding boots, which goes for casual and also any type of outdoorsy event. Okay, then we have the espadrille with a bit of a wedge heel. And then we have this backpack, which is the most casual type of bag here. Thank you. Oh, okay. Yeah. And then we have this dramatic statement party event. We can use this red bag. Okay, so we're moving on to putting these together. And I'm going to show you how with different kinds of accessories and jewelry, you can come up with different types of outfits. Okay, so here we have two outfits with essentially the same bag and the same clothing parts. Okay, the jacket, the medium gray, and we have the denim jeans. All of them are the same, but we're just changing the jewelry part. Okay, and overall, both of them are giving off of a low-key sparkle. So you can wear these to any kind of daytime event. We have the left side is a little bit more accessorized, okay, a little bit more bling bling. Okay, the coin pieces, the circles are much larger. There's a lot of more animated movement. Okay, the bracelet is also much bolder, thicker. And then on the right side, we have this three-stranded necklace. Okay, it's like an oval shape, so it's a little bit more elegant, a little bit more subdued. And then we have the cross earrings, and then we have a more dainty sort of bracelet. So you can see the amount of bling is different. Okay, but overall, because of the darker colors used in the clothing, and then the bag and shoes also in a sort of a nude blush type of color, you can see that we can have sort of a low-key sparkle with these put together, the ensemble. We're using the pieces from the capsule wardrobe, and we're going for a little bit of a louder sparkle. And you can see the left outfit using the glam top. This is the most most daring, the most evening feel. It's the most sort of embellished, the most sparkly here. Then the middle outfit is more cutesy looking with the heart earrings. Okay, and it looks a little bit more marine styling with the bracelet having the red and white stripes. Okay. But you can see that I've kept the bag and shoes the same for these. I did switch out all of the tops underneath the Chanel jacket. So the last one on the right here, you can see that because I'm combining a white shirt, classic button down, with white buttons and wearing the white jacket over it, it creates the most sort of streamlined and clean sort of feel. And then the earrings also are less dangly. These are stud earrings. And so you can see that among the three outfits, the right one is the sort of the more elegant or the quieter one. Okay, but overall, compared to the previous slide, the outfits here are much, much louder. Okay. Now moving on, we're again using the same items except for the necklace and the belt. We have the, what looks like a little black dress, but if you look carefully, this is mixing the black top, okay, the black t-shirt, with the black flared skirt. And when you put those two together, it will look as if you're wearing a little black dress. Okay. So this is one thing that I really like to do. Mix and match gives you a lot more outfit options. Okay, this is one great example for that. Okay, but here we're going for a much classic look. We only have two colors here, black and nude, and then we have one metal. Okay, but it looks like you have only two colors if you kind of squint, right? Overall, only two colors are used here. Okay, another classic look is if you know, this is basically a Chanel suit, right? We have the Chanel jacket with a cute skirt, okay, and we have the red top and a little bit of a gold bling to accessorize it. Okay, but again, this is a very classic look. Okay, taking the same sort of red top, we're mixing it with a red skirt and red bag. So now it looks very more sophisticated, very much more feminine, but bold. So this is what I personally like to call a socialite kind of image. So yes, we have the elegant bangles here, and we have this longer necklace with a teardrop shape. It's elongated, so it's elegant. Okay, and it just looks very refined, but not too old. Okay, and we have just enough of a polished embellishment with the golds throughout the whole outfit. Okay, the gold in the necklace, the bracelet, in the bag, and the strap heels, all of them are creating this look here. Okay, but again, only two colors are used here, red versus gold. Okay, so when you limit your colors and everything goes together, you actually end up creating very different impressions with the same basic pieces. Okay, this time we're having another um, day to evening look, date night look. And here we have the glam top with a very bold belt, and we have the flared skirt. Okay, and we're having a little bit of a toned pink. Okay, and but the golds here are really working together with the glam top, right? And because of the belt, again, it looks like a dress. Okay? It looks like one piece, one outfit. Okay, but you can see that because of the little bit of a pink, sort of a darker toned pink. Okay, this outfit is a little bit more feminine. It looks more romantic. Okay? Now we're coming on to a mix of dark wash denim jeans with a red top, which is more daytime or not as refined, but we're mixing that with very bold statement kind of necklace. Okay, that is a key point here. And then we have the Chanel jacket with the nude clutch bag. Okay. And so, yeah, this one I would call casual overall, but it's got a bit of drama as well, right? Dramatic casual outfit. Okay. Now, let's say that you're going to some kind of a beach party or daytime event, okay, or maybe a sort of a younger social hangout party or something like that. Okay, so we've got the shorts here mixed with all of the other white and golds. Okay, so here the color palette again is mostly predominantly mixing the two colors, white and gold, okay, with a little bit of beige. But yeah, you can create this kind of a daytime drama when you wear the shorts. Okay, then we finally have your very, very glam evening look. So what I would call a diva glam look. So here we have the glam top with the red skirt, but we've got this belt in a gold. Okay. Remember, the completing piece is very important when you have your outfit. Okay, and then we have these long earrings that really sort of echo what you're seeing in the glam top, right? And then we have all of the other accessories, the very sort of sharp looking gold bangle, okay, and also the scarf you see. It's got a little bit of a sparkle, Okay, but it keeps mostly to a golden tone. Okay, so that it looks like an outfit. Okay, so remember when you repeat colors, okay, it helps to put everything sort of more in a cohesive look. Okay, I'm just throwing in something a little bit more casual. Okay, so when you have holidays, people travel a lot, they go to the airport, you know, and what they call the airport look. So yeah, you can have the shirt, the striped shirt with the skirt and black t-shirt, right? But you can throw in some aviator sunglasses. You can have the beanie hat, okay, Converse sneakers and the casual backpack, right? And it will help you travel in comfort and style. Okay, so that is part of the holiday look. Okay, so in summary, okay, I want you to remember what not to do. So first of all, you don't want to just purchase a lot of outfits with a lot of details. If you buy things that are wardrobe orphans, if you buy things without thinking of your core four or capsule that works together, you're going to end up with a lot of pieces that don't play well together, right? The mixing and matching won't happen as much. So please refrain from doing that. Plan your capsule wardrobe. Make sure you have your core fours first. Okay. Secondly, remember that your jewelry capsule can really accessorize your clothing to different levels of refinement. Okay. Then we have for holiday capsule, having a glam top is really important. Okay, and then you want to have shoes and bags also that take you from all kinds of events, like something that is casual, something to the office, something to much more elegant, something for a date night, something for a dramatic event. Okay, so you want to make sure that you have like a thoughtful purchase, and you will be able to really um, milk your money, okay, for best effect. Okay, that's everything I used in the example today, except for the jewelry part. Okay, and this is an example for Adler type C, the comfort seeking type. Okay, let's say that this is their starting out capsule wardrobe with their core 4+1 dress, okay, and one bag and one shoes. And I'm just showing you 3 different jewelry styles. Okay, the first one is the semi-casual one. The second one is the most dramatic because the necklace takes focal point, very dramatic necklace. And you can see the sparkles in the small bag, minnow deer. Okay, and that has a very like dramatic statement. Then the last one is more elegant and refined, okay, because the necklace strands are finer, it's thinner, it's more elongated, so it's more elegant looking. Okay. All right, so yeah, remember to have your glam top in your capsule. And here, just to recap everything, right? I'm showing you the outfits I've explained before in just one slide, right? When you have your glam top and you have your clothing pieces, right? Well thought out, your glam top can be used for all different kinds of holiday looks. Okay. All right, so here I'm showing you shoes and bags. For instance, the bag here, we have something in the solid neutral color with metal bling, right? We have one dramatic bag in an accent color with also gold. And then we have one elegant feminine looking bag. Okay, and then for shoes, you need to have at least one pair of office pumps, okay, that is comfortable to wear most of the time when you're at work. Okay. But you want to keep them in a low-key neutral color, right? Because when you have nude pumps that blend in with your skin tone, or if it's closer to your skin tone, either lighter or a little bit darker, they blend in and they can make you look a little bit taller compared to if you were higher contrast shoes. Okay, so this immediately gives you a lot of options for office type, formal type, elegant type, and date night as well, right? So this is a really important pair of shoes to have. Okay, if you don't have the perfect pair of formal slash office shoes, you're always going to feel like you just don't have enough in your wardrobe. Okay. All right, then we have this other pair of shoes, which is the strappy heels, right? So when you plan your holiday capsule wardrobe, you need to have the perfect office shoes, but you also need a pair of shoes that will take you to more sort of dainty slash more sort of evening sort of a feel. Okay. So if you choose your and plan and choose your shoes carefully like this, then you could just end up with so many different outfits covering all kinds of occasions. Okay, I'm giving you a slide here, like a shopping checklist. Okay, this is something you can print. I will put the PDF into the chat window. So yeah, first of all, do you have a good balance between clothing and accessories? Okay, instead of having 80 to 90% clothing, you want to make sure that your accessories is taking up more than 20, 30, 40, even 50, up to 50%. Like some people might even, have more accessories than the clothing pieces. Okay, so make sure you have a good balance between clothing and accessories. Okay, most people who haven't done a lot of planning purchases usually have a problem creating different levels of refinement with what they have because they didn't invest or spend enough on accessories, good accessories. Okay. Yeah, most of my clients suffer from this problem. Okay, the second point is, does your jewelry capsule work for you year round? Right, it should work for you, right? Again, this is something we covered in detail in the capsule wardrobe for minimalists. Okay, your jewelry capsule must cover different categories of your lifestyle pie. Okay, the third point is when you get your glam top, make sure that this is something that works well underneath your jacket. Okay, some of my clients get a glam top, and then maybe they have some shoulder detail, like a puff sleeve or off the shoulder, something that looks gorgeous. But when they try to combine it with a jacket, if there's going to be a lot of bunching or a lot of um, fabric weight issue, if it's too thick to wear underneath your jacket, right? Then you're not going to be able to create the outfit, right? So your glam top has to work with your jacket, right? That's a really important point. Okay, so this is the thing that will save you money. All right, and give you lots of wardrobe options. Okay, then we have the fourth point. Okay, when you have shoes, make sure it covers your needs for daily work. Okay, if you need options for daily work, you might need a pair of shoes, like at least 2 or 3 pairs of shoes for daily work, right? But you also need categories, excuse me, for formal, dramatic, and feminine. Okay, most women do have a need for these types of categories. Okay, and then the bag sizes and the finishing of the fabric and embellishment, they should cover something in small, medium, and large. And they should also cover your needs for day and night. Okay. All right. So I've given you these little blanks so that you can just pencil in either yes or no to figure out what's missing from your holiday capsule wardrobe. Okay. And then you can focus on what's missing and create your shopping list, right? Okay. So another checklist you can use here is the examples that I created today, the outfit types, go into one of these 5 key categories. So first one is something that is kind of low-key or dressy casual. Okay. The second category is something that will take you from work to dressy or work to evening. Because a lot of women, they sometimes have a capsule wardrobe that only works for work, and then they have a capsule that only works for weekend. And then, when there are those occasions when you have to go from work and then you have to go to an evening date night or evening birthday party or evening holiday cocktail party, whatever, if they haven't worked out something that will take them from a work situation to an evening social event, they're going to feel like, oh, I have a lot of options for work. I have enough options for the weekend, but I don't have enough holiday accessorizing that will take me from those occasions when you have to go to two different functions, right? So you want to make sure you have something that kind of transitions you from work to dressy. Okay. All right. The next category is formal, right? Formal can be anything from going to an office setting or interview setting, church setting, right? Um, Maybe meeting your mother-in-law or father-in-law, right? So anything formal. You need something that works for you, for something that really makes you look beautiful and feminine and alluring, okay? Especially for your date nights. Then we have something for dramatic, right? Sometimes you do need to do a presentation or you're going out on a party or something and you want that bold, dramatic statement. So you do need to have some accessories and some options that will give you that dramatic look. Okay, so again, in the blank here, I want you to just put yes or no. Okay, and that will give you a checklist. All right. Okay, so again, you can print this out. All right, now I'm going on to some of the bling bling sparkly things that you can add to your wardrobe. But this one, I'm actually using different categories from the Adler Fashion Coaching, different types. We call them fashion archetypes or fashion types. And you can learn this by doing a questionnaire, or you can also confirm your type with your early memories session. But let me just give you some visual examples, right? So the first slide here, we're showing you sort of a shiny gold sparkle. Why not do the first type, which is very textured, okay, very animated. This is great because overall it has a very cute shape, right? There is not a lot of waist definition here, but the sleeve part, it looks a little bit like a cap sleeve, so it's very cute. Okay, but overall, there's a lot of gold and textures. Even the golds here are a mixture of different golds, like 2 or 3 different golds going on. So there's a lot of bright animated movement in terms of the fabric or the sequins everywhere. Okay, now this one is something I would recommend for a pleasing a pleasure seeking type P in my system, okay, with a secondary type S. Okay, S stands for superiority seeking. Okay, but on the other side, you see a different type of a gold sparkle dress. This time we have a much more dropped neckline, right? It's a V, but it's a bit, it shows a lot more skin, but there is a little bit more waist definition. Okay, so it is more feminine, a little bit more grown up, especially with the longer sleeves. Okay. So if you want to go for something very cute, okay, you can do the first one. Okay, or if you have very warm tones, if you haven't done the Adler fashion coaching yet, but you definitely know that you're a warm tone person, you can go with the left example. But if you want something a little bit more covered, a little bit more grown up, okay, but not, not, what do we call it? But yeah, but you don't want to look too much of a whore, okay, showing too much skin, right? This sort of a longer sleeved dress is really great. Okay, it will take you to much more events than just a spaghetti strap dress, right? Especially in my country, Korea, people are not really allowed to show a lot of skin, especially for a work setting. So the longer sleeves might give you just a lot more wardrobe mileage. Remember the cost per wear formula, right? Yeah, so this is another great option for holidays. Okay, if you don't have a sparkly thing yet, this is one option. Okay, again, if you get these kind of dresses, whatever the size of your jacket, make sure your dresses work with either your jacket, hopefully both jacket and coat, right? Then you will have so many outfit options right there. Okay, moving on, I'm going on to another identity type. In Adler Fashion Coaching, we have the comfort seeking types, which is type C. And these people do well with darker silvers. Okay, so here are two very different examples of sparkly dresses. On the left, again, we have these like tiny, what do we call those? Like we have like a lot of movement with these like fringes everywhere. Okay, and they have like a very narrow strips everywhere, rectangular shapes. Okay, so this one has like a lot of different movements going on in terms of color. Okay, it's mostly type C, right? But you can see that in the fabrication, like it's got a lot of movement, but it is kind of, you know, kept with repeating patterns, right? The rectangles are repeated over and over again. Okay, so this dress overall has the type C, but it's also got, you know, a little bit of all of the other movements. Okay, it's got a little bit of type P, a little bit of type M, which is the management seeking type. Okay, but in terms of how it looks more textured, right? You can even call it something of a type S, right? So this could work for any of the comfort seeking types. Okay, but the dress is not very long, right? It's a much shorter dress. So it does have a sort of a casual, cute vibe. Okay, so the silhouette of your dress here is much more to this side of being secondary, pleasing and pleasure seeking. Okay. All right, so on the right side, you see this dress here. Again, I'm showing you a sparkly dress, but with longer sleeves. Okay. Again, because of the coverage, you know, this is the kind of dress that you can wear for more sort of, you know, office sort of professional settings, right? When you have office party or something like that at the end of the year. Okay, now we come to the next type, which is the superiority seeking types. And oh, I love this dress on the left here with like a wrap style dress. Okay, and you can see that both of the dresses here have deep V-neck lines, okay, plunging lines. And you can see that the the sleeves are also longer, but the left example, she's got, you know, everything pulled like upwards, okay, very typical to the type S movement, okay. And then on the right side, you can see that there's a lot more geometric diagonal movements going around the whole fabric, but the color is not as sparkly. It is a bit more demure, so it does look more elegant, okay, than the left one. That one is much more in your face. It's like, yay, I'm here, I've arrived, I'm the diva. Okay, the right side is more elegant, subdued, okay, a little bit quieter, even though it does have a lot of the movements. Okay. All right, then we come to Adler type M, which is the management seeking type. And on the left, you see this dress, and this is the silhouette similar to the first slide I showed you of pleasing and pleasure seeking type. So it is a very cute looking dress. Okay, it's a very basic looking dress, but this is the kind of thing that works really well with either cardigans or jackets or coats. Okay, so it's a very great dress to have. It's a little black dress, basically, and literally with a lot of sparkle. And then we have the other side. This would be a great look for Adler management seeking dominant with a secondary type S, right? You can see again the longer sleeves and then the very deep V. And you also see all those sparkly patterns going on in diagonal movement or X marks, right? X shapes, geometric shapes. So yeah, definitely secondary superiority seeking type here. Okay. All right, so let's go on to a little bit of the men's not to do. So when men are creating their holiday capsule, I'm not going to go over the major principles. The major principles work the same way, okay? But I'm just going to show you some visual examples that men need to look out for, okay? So first of all, you don't want to have too many focal points, right? For instance, here, this guy is mixing two accessories which do not play well together, right? He has this black corsage, like this flower thing, and then he has this belt, but their levels of refinement or their shapes and movement, their fabric, these things are just not going well together, I don't think. Okay, the belt buckle has more of a rectangular sharp shape. The flower corsage here has a little bit of a more of a airy type, I think. You know, it's much more sort of frothy foam-like. It's softer, and I don't think these are going well, right? And then you see also there are just too many buttons here, right? We have the buttons in the jacket, which are fine, right? They're all black and blended well together with a jacket. That part looks sophisticated. But if you look at all those black buttons that he's wearing on the white shirt, right? So you've got like three different visuals going on. We've got the corsage, you've got the black and white shirt, you know, the buttons on the white shirt, and then the belt buckle. Like, you know, you've got the black buttons that are showing up is either type secondary type S or secondary type P. The corsage is more of a type P with a color type M. And then the buckle here is in a gold color, right? Which only works for type M or type P, but the rectangular shape is in the type M. So this guy's outfit right now, I think, is all over the place. You don't know what kind of visual statement he's trying to make. Things are not aligned, okay? So personally, I just don't think, despite all of the efforts, I don't think this is giving you a sophisticated look, okay? But I know these are personal aesthetics. I hope this helps, okay? All right, second tip I want to give out for men's holiday capsule is you really want to be careful with the level of sheen or shine in your fabric, okay? Now, remember that the sheen or shine really determines the level of refinement that you're going for. Depending on how much you can handle, right, based on your skin tone or the contrast level between your skin, eyes, and hair color, or just on your features in general, right? Each person can handle different levels of shine. Sometimes if you have too much, you could end up looking a little bit cheap. And that's just my personal thing again. But when you have too much of a shine or sheen, it could end up looking like the fabric that you're wearing is more of a synthetic and artificial vibe, and it may not work with your skin tone or your texture of your skin or your texture of your hair. Okay, so you really want to test out different things to know, okay, I can handle up to this amount of sheen or shine, and when I go overboard to this point, it's too much, right? Me personally, I think this person is wearing a little bit too much sheen because my eye goes towards his shirt, tie, and the jacket lapel more than my eyes going directly towards his eye, right? When you're dressed in the perfect way, you know, people should be immediately focused on your face or your crown area, right? They need to kind of easily be drawn to your eyes. Okay, that's the general rule. But I think this guy, for some reason, I feel like he's wearing a lot of sheen, and it's not really going too well for him. Okay, it looks like the fabric is so shiny that is that like silk, or is it like a natural fiber, or is it like too much of a artificial, like synthetic viscose or something, 100% viscose or something like that, right? Okay. All right, so I'm giving you an example now of a level of sheen or shine that I personally think is much more sophisticated. We have on the left, this guy is wearing a tuxedo bow tie jacket. bow tie with the jacket, and you can see that there is just a little bit of a sheen, and then the lapel part has more sheen, right? But can you see how the level of sheen and shine you see in the lapel, right? Look very carefully at how that echoes the amount of sheen you see in his hair, right? When you see the reflected part, right, in his hair, it looks like he's kind of slicked it backwards. He's got curly hair, but it's slicked backwards, and there's that little bit of a shine, right? But you can see that his hair coloring, the difference between there's a little bit of a difference in his hair coloring, right? Like a gradation effect. So there's a little bit of a sheen or shine, and you can see that playing out pretty well because it's echoed in his lapel, right? You want to match that level. Or on the right side, this guy, if you look at his skin color and hair color, his face skin color and his hair color, there's not much of a contrast. He's like a medium to lower contrast. And you can see that he is echoing that in his choice of outfit. He's wearing a white shirt, but everything else he's putting on is some subtle shade of a gray. Okay? So he's not wearing something that is stark white and black like the other guy. He's keeping the contrast level closer to his natural pigments in his body. And you can see that he's done a beautiful job picking out this tie where the necktie has those little diagonal stripes, but the contrast level between those two colors in the tie are much lower contrast, right? He mixed light gray with a medium to dark gray. Okay, so for this guy, this kind of a gray for him would probably be his black because his hair color, his eyebrow color, the stubble he has, his eye, yeah, all of those are in a quieter color. Okay, but you can see that his blended subtle color contrast does have a little bit of a sheen. He's got a lot of sheen and shine in his hair. And also, if you look at his forehead part, very shiny, right? He is able to handle a lot of sheen and luxurious shine all over his outfit. And that's how he kept this very quiet sort of looking outfit, more sort of holiday feeling. All right. Okay, so we're now moving on to where to put your money. If you're a guy and you need to have an evening capsule or a holiday capsule, you need to look at your lifestyle pie. Okay, again, this is something I cover in my capsule wardrobe for minimalist in detail. But basically what the point is you need to know what kind of places are you going to? What kind of level of refinement is required of you when you go into your workplace, what you do on your weekends, the people you meet, the kind of setting or context, environment you're going into, okay? What type of events you're most likely to attend. If your lifestyle doesn't really include a lot of black tie or white tie event, you really don't need to have the jacket that you see on the right. You know, the right side guy, you know, maybe this is Prince Harry or Prince William, I don't know. But this is like super, super, you know, like a top of the line, super classic, super elegant event. But if you're not going to those kind of events, you do not need to spend money on them, right? You do not need them. See, I used to have a lot of cocktail dresses when I was younger in my 20s, you know, because they were so beautiful. I couldn't resist. I used to shop a lot and I used to buy these beautiful cocktail dresses. Like I had like 8 of them. But did I ever go to a cocktail event? No. So the only times I ever wore them was when my friend was getting married, you know, and there just wasn't an occasion to wear them. Okay, so I really wasn't aware of my lifestyle needs. Okay, so let's say that you're not going to a red carpet event, you're not going to a black tie event, you're not going to a white tie event. You probably need to spend your money on something like the guy is wearing on the left side, right? He has a bow tie, but his jacket is sort of a velvet texture, okay? And he's not wearing something that is like top of the line or anything like that, right? It's just more low key compared to the right. Okay, so here you want to know before you spend your money, right? You want to work out, okay, how many times in a year am I going to something super formal, super refined, super elegant? Okay, okay, thank you. Okay, yeah, so let me continue. All right, then we have, thank you so much. Yeah, I really appreciate it. I'm sorry about the hold up in the beginning. Thank you so much. Okay. Yeah, so I'm continuing with the levels of refinement. Yeah, depending on your lifestyle needs, okay, maybe what you need is a well-cut jacket with a matching tie, something for your breast pocket. Okay. But maybe you're the kind of guy who can handle a little bit of bling and you need those kind of perfect sunglasses to complete your look, right? Holiday sparkle. But why not, the other side, we have this guy wearing something more classic. Okay, but here, I think his hairstyle is a huge visual statement, right? The way that his, hair looks slicked up, okay? It's creating a lot of movement, a lot of visual interest. It frames the face in such a way that it, really brings your attention to his eyes and his crown area, okay? So yeah, your hairstyle can be a statement, okay? Can give you a signature look for holidays, right? You can invest in having the perfect hair, okay? Same for women. But yeah, depending on how you like to accessorize, okay? You could have some blings like this guy here with the earrings and sunglasses, right? It really depends on your lifestyle needs. Okay? That's my point here. Now, just some different areas to focus on, the details that can help you create different visual interest. Your breast pocket, obviously, is your go-to place for decorating and embellishing what you have. So on the left, we see this guy having the white, what do you call the pocket squares, right? We have 3 of them, like all pointing upward, very pointy, edgy. This would be type S movement there. Also this layering, like textured effect, okay? And then we have on the right side, we have this guy wearing something just showing a little bit, but there's a little bit of a sheen and shine. And there's also a little bit of a textured movement, like I think there's probably like stripes, pinstripes kind of a feel. But everything here is kept really quiet. Only the sheen in the fabric is creating that quiet but subtle but visible sort of statement here. Okay. All right, breast pocket styling can be more individualized, like this guy on the left, right? He has the breast pocket part with the pocket squares, but he's also got this little airplane um, brooch on his lapel. Okay, I'm guessing this is somebody in a uh, secondary pleasing and pleasure-seeking energy because, it's very whimsical, but it still looks great on him. Okay, so this would be a dominant type M / secondary type P kind of a guy. Okay, and then on the right side, you see this guy who is wearing sort of a deeper wine kind of color, but he's got the pocket square matching his white shirt, but he's got a tie pin. The metallic feeling, that little rectangle shape going across, the horizontal movement going across the necktie, I think is giving very interesting visual effect because if you look carefully, the metallic strip, if you continue that, you can see that it is just a little bit below the horizontal in the pocket square, the pocket breast, the breast pocket, right? So there's that horizontal line that's going across, okay? But it almost feels like a flip effect, okay? All right, so your tie pins can add something to your look. and that could work with what you do with your breast pocket part. It's a combination. All right, then we go to different kinds of textures. On the left, we have this person who's probably a comfort-seeking type, right? We have a slate gray type of a feel here. The white is also an off-white, okay? And his face and hair also has just medium to lower contrast here, okay? And so yeah, we've got this texture, solid but a little bit of a sheen on the left, compared with the guy on the right. Okay, this would be a dominant type M with a secondary type S. Right, you can see there's a lot of movement, right? So all these like floral details. Okay, but it's very sort of higher movement with a lot of texture kind of feeling. Okay. But you can see that the lapel part is much thicker and broader, more masculine. Okay, and then the breast pocket part, you can see there's a little bit of a diagonal movement. It's going upwards, right? From left to right, it's going a little bit upwards. Okay, and you can see that there are a lot of punches here and there, right? We've got the bow tie making a stark contrast against the white shirt. We've got the breast pocket pocket square white thing, you know, giving that contrast, stark contrast. Same with the cuff part showing. But not only that, he's got these buttons also, which are making these little pops, right? So there's a lot of movement here, very much textured, okay? Secondary type S. All right, then we have this example of when you do the layering with a jacket and a vest, you really need to be careful with how you're layering the colors, right? So in this example, both men are wearing black and white, okay? Just black and white. But the guy on the right, I think, looks much sharper and more pulled together and much more sophisticated. Whereas the guy on the left, there's something really weird going on, right? If you look carefully, what's happening is this guy has not really worked out what we call a negative space in an outfit. Okay, he is wearing this vest inside a white jacket that has the black label. Okay, but you see the label is having one sort of a movement, and then wearing this black vest inside, it kind of blends in, right? The vest part blends in with the lapel part, and then together they form this really awkward V. And I think this is creating a stuckness in a visual sort of way. Like your eyes are like, what kind of a V shape is that? It's not really sharp looking. It's not really random, you know. So, and then the thickness of it looks a bit weird off, you know, because if you look at the jacket's label, it's actually quite elegant. Okay, but then because of the inside the vest part, they're creating a V, but this little bit of a fabric that you see, right? He kind of looks like a funny penguin to me. I don't know. And it just feels like the label is just really bad. But the truth is, he's just chosen the wrong vest, or he's just layered things in a funny way. Okay. So yeah, if you're not sure, always take a photo before you go to an important event, especially if you're going to be photographed. I want you to take a snapshot, right? Take a picture of yourself from the front, from the side, and the back to make sure that you look great from all angles. Okay, then that will prevent you looking like a funny penguin. All right? Okay. All right, then the breast pocket again, yes, for more formal, elegant events like weddings or whatnot, you can put flowers in them, right? And they give you that more softer, slightly more feminine, sort of elegant kind of a feel, okay? And then I'm just going to cover a few more pages here and we're going to be done. We have some tips from masculine visual elements, okay? Obviously, between the two of these gentlemen, you see the guy on the right. Can you see how we have very broad shoulders and matched with a very tapered waistline? right? It's like almost like an upside down pyramid, right? Where the base of the pyramid is the shoulders and the points are coming down towards his navel point part. You can see the inside lines, right? Inside silhouette. You can see that the sharp angles created by his lapel is also bringing that to a point of a V. Everything is coming to that convergence point near his navel. Okay, here's belly button. But yeah, so this kind of a dramatic upside down inverted triangle, right? It exaggerates your shoulders, right? So he kind of looks like this kind of puffed up guy, you know. It's super masculine looking, right? Big shoulders. I think it's even more echoed in his hairstyle. You can see that there's like a M shape going on around his forehead part. Okay, so there's like a zigzag movement, right? This guy overall, the silhouette part, shape part, he is very much a dominant type S. Okay, even though the color of his clothing is mostly comfort-seeking type, much more subdued gray colors with lower contrast level. Okay. All right, then we see this guy on the left. Okay, both of these guys look super elegant and sophisticated, but the guy on the left, his shoulder compared to the size of his head, and also, you know, how much of a inverted triangle you get is different. This is much more of an elongated inverted triangle if you made it, because, you know, this guy does have a tapered waist in the suit jacket. Okay, but you know the breadth, you know, of the shoulder is not as broad. It's not as exaggerated looking. So he looks immediately a lot more elegant, a lot more refined. Okay, overall more of a comfort-seeking type energy here. Okay, because of the elongation. Okay, more of an oval shape. So he looks more sort of a old world charm, sophisticated but a little bit more demure, very much a gentleman. Okay. So yeah, you can see that how you play your shoulders, how much of a waist definition you have, okay, how much you exaggerate your shoulder line compared to your waistline is going to give you how much masculinity you're going to exude. If this guy on the left had shoulder padding, right, and he exaggerated the shoulders more, he would end up looking a little bit more like the guy on the right. Okay, but be careful with shoulder padding, right? If you go too over the board, it can make you look a little bit too ridiculous and too desperate, okay, trying to overcompensate. But you just want to pay attention to the slight exaggerations, right? So you can play them up, you can soup them down. Okay, second tip for masculinity here. When you wear the tie or when you choose your tie, okay, how broad or thick it is gives you different indicators of masculine power and feeling, visual weight. So on the left, you see this guy wearing a black and white overall. Okay, and you can see that his tie is very broad, very thick looking, and his neck also looks pretty thick. Okay, a slightly shoulder neck as well. So you get this feeling of this kind of a stocky masculine energy, right? And you can see that even in the lapel part, there's like this really sharp points going upwards, okay? Very pointy and edgy. This is very much a type S movement. And then you see this other guy on the right. He's also wearing a black and white, but the tie color this time is a subdued sort of a silver that blends more with the shirt than with the jacket. Okay, and you can see that the tie is echoing his stubble, the gray part, the gray colors, right? They sort of continue the eye, the visual line. Okay, so you can see that this guy looks polished. The weight of the black overall does make him look pretty, you know, masculine, you know, with a substance and heaviness or weight. But because of the tie color, he does have a lot more elegance, a lot more feminine energy compared to the guy on the left. The guy on the left is like raw, I'm here, you know, like it's like this, like, very, very masculine, very, very little feminine energy, yin energy. The guy on the right, he's got a mixture of both. Okay, so these are kind of things you can pay attention to, and also not just the color of the tie, but on the right side, the tie is much narrower compared to the guy on the left, right? So it just creates overall a much more elegant sort of a look. Okay. All right, so jacket styles can be, slightly different. So here's a mandarin collar. Okay, just throwing that in just to make sure that you know that you have a variety of styles you can wear for holidays. All right, we're coming to the end. All right, it's all about your time, place, and occasion, also known as TPO, right? What looks good in one setting can make you look like a clown or funny in another setting, right? If you're going to something that is more low-key or something that is urban but not over the top, you want to have a little bit of personality, but you don't want to steal all the limelight to yourself, right? So the guy on the left is going somewhere that is kind of polished, but a little bit downplayed. But if you're going out and it's just like, yay, this is the night, bring on the sparkles, then you can really have fun and go all sparkly as a guy also. Okay, but in most of the cases, I think this will take a lot of courage to wear for most guys. Okay, not this level of a sparkle usually, unless you're a singer or creative industry. Okay, and this is my final slide to show you two more things to be careful when you create your holiday capsule. Please make sure you note your neckline, because neck part, anything around your face is always important. This guy on the left, I think, is dressed in sort of minimalist white and black outfit. The black matches well with his hair. He looks pretty much pulled together. It's clean looking. But I feel that there's something funny going on around his neckline where, this guy has a longish face, but also a longish neck. And if you notice, his shoulders are sort of sloping downwards. People with this type of a sort of a body, what do we call it? Body proportion, let's say body proportion, right? Elongated face with a little bit of longer neck with sloping shoulders. Be careful with your color matching and also the negative space you're creating. This guy, what's happening for him is he looks like he's almost like becoming like a giraffe because the black part, right? This little sharp sort of it looks like a fox face to me now. But yeah, like this the shirt part, which is all black, right? It creates this very long sort of triangle, upside down triangle, generally. So it makes his face and neck, both of them, look even longer. And because of his shoulder pads are so, not supporting him or just so sort of sloping, it looks kind of like, like a giraffe effect for me. I don't know. It just looks like there's too much elongation going on. This guy would do a much better if he had more horizontal lines going across his neckline. But he's gone for this visual stark white and black contrast, right? Where his hair color and shirt color all play together to form this little spike, And I think it's kind of emphasizing his feminine shapes rather than playing up his masculine shapes. Because he's got a beard and everything. He's got dark hair. He could really, he's got almost like a, the top of his forehead, there is a horizontal line going across. So when you upplay those things, right, he can look much more masculine than this. But here, I don't think that's happening. Even though overall it looks great, I feel like something is a little bit off, okay? But I'm just really pointing out the finer details right now. Okay, so on the right, you see this jacket, which is more playful, very animated, very, Be careful with when you're wearing stripes, especially it's finer stripes. When you take a picture or when you're in a video, if the stripe lines are very fine, they create this really funky, crazy visual effect. And then your eyes are gonna be like jarred just from looking at them. It almost looks as if like, you know, your TV is going crazy on the screen, right? It's like breaking up. It looks like noise pattern. So yeah, if you're gonna do a stripe, make sure it's not a thin, you know, pinstripe, because in a print, because it's a still image, it might not be as bad. But on TV, people are just going to be looking at your fabric. They're not going to be looking at your face. They're not going to be able to focus on your eyes. Okay. So yeah, I just want to make sure that you know, if you're not sure and you're going to be photographed at an important event, please take photos before you go out the door, before you leave your house. Take photos. Okay. And that way you will know, okay, this is working for sure or not. Okay. All right. So I really hope that this webinar was helpful for creating a capsule wardrobe and many, many different outfits for your holiday season. I will try to put together another webinar like this one with different kinds of examples. And I hope this really helps you to look stylish and comfortable and just ready to rock the end of year. Thank you. Bye-bye.